Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, complex post traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism and my narcissistic mother who used to brutally beat me as a child, my schizophrenic father, who's in and out of mental institutes all my life. I talk about my unethical psychologists who rape me, all the different types of therapy I've been in over the years, and a plethora of other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in turn of you is please be kind to me and show respect in the comments. Be kind and respectful to other people who comment. We don't have to agree on everything, but we do need to show each other respect and kindness always. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. That way you'll be notified whenever I have a new video that comes out. And remember, it's 100% free. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, like, share with your friends, comment. I will always take time to answer each and every person's individual comment. Now today I'm going to talk about covert avoidance. What is covert avoidance? Gee, when I was young, I wish I knew, the psychological term for it, because I had this in spades as a young child in all my life. It's an elusive and deep-seated form of avoidance, common with people with an adverse childhood who grew up with abuse, abandonment, and emotional neglect. Do you feel that everything in your life is superficial, that you have no happiness, that you have no meaning in your life? Are you so scared of rejection and judgment and being abandoned by people? I know this is very big with me. I am very scared of people judging me, of people rejecting me, of people abandoning me, and it has had an adverse impact my whole life that I have avoided social situations. I felt, too tired, too busy to have a social life, to keep and maintain friendships seemed exhausting to me. Also, people with this covert avoidance can abuse substances, develop bad habits. Do you set long-term goals and think that by doing that, that'll make you happy? Like, when I make X amount of money, then I'll be happy. Or like, if I get my own place and move out of here, then I'll be happy. If I only had this job, or when I finally have children, or anything, like any long-term goal that you set, that you think when this happens, then I'll be happy. But it never does happen. And when you meet that goal, you're still not happy. I would do this all the time. I do this now. I said once I finally get a vacation and be in a warm climate, that I will be happy in Florida, because I love warm climates. I hate New England. I hate the cold. I love the weather in Florida. Was always in the 80s, always sunny, sunshine state. So I thought, only when I go on this vacation, I'll finally be at peace and find happiness. And I was miserable and upset, and it was one of the worst vacations I ever had. And I talked about that a little bit in my other videos. So it isn't, your happiness isn't something that's going to happen in the future. A lot of people think that. Wait till I get that job. Wait till I get that education. Wait till I get that house. Wait till I get this car. Wait till I go on that vacation. Wait till I get, you know, find the perfect, my soulmate. As if there is such thing as that. Wait till I find my soulmate. Wait for this or wait for that to happen. And even when you do obtain the goal, you buy the house, you get the job, you make this amount of money that you think will make you happy, or you meet a person and you have, a relationship with, you'll find that all those things don't make you happy. Happiness only comes from within. But how do you find happiness from within when your childhood trauma has left you very fragile? Your life experiences have not been pleasant ones, that people have walked all over you, abused you, your parents abused you, your friends abused you, your boyfriend or girlfriend has abused you. How can you, it seems too risky, right? It seems, you don't want to set yourself up again to fail, to be disappointed, to be abandoned, to be neglected, to be abused. You don't want to set yourself up again. So what you do is you make excuses over and over, and you might not even be aware of this. I know that I'm more aware of this because I'm more psychologically in tuned because of my many years, 20 years of therapy, and that my interest in psychology and has been so much that I'm more aware of why I do the things that I do. But it's only been in the last few years. I haven't been aware of why I do the things I do. Is because of my past traumas, because I have been so badly abused, so badly neglected and abandoned, emotionally traumatized, physically beaten as a child, that has turned me into, that makes me have this covert avoidance. And I did this a lot. A lot of people couldn't understand. Like in the beginning, I just went along, like with my husband, all his he had a big family. He had 4 brothers, and they had spouses, and they had children, etc., etc. It was a humongous family. And I felt very awkward, socially awkward. I would have panic attacks before any of those get-togethers, any of those, and there would always be like so many get-togethers in his family. Someone's birthday would come up. Someone's anniversary would come up. It would be Mother's Day, Father's Day. It would be Christmas, or, Thanksgiving, or someone is getting married, so someone's, shower and wedding, and you see what I'm saying. There was always some excuse. There was always, like every other week, I'm constantly around all these people I don't even know. Like my husband's brother, his wife's birthday party, and then going to their place, and all her friends were over. I don't know any of her friends. I didn't know any of these people, and always putting on that smile, that forcing that smile, forcing that phony, fake, superficial conversation at these parties with people I didn't know. I didn't know any of these people, and this happened over and over again. This brother's wife, this brother's girlfriend, this brother's wife's parents' birthday. It just went on, and I grew tired and tired and tired of the superficial conversation, of the straining to smile, of the straining to, just fit in with them. They didn't know me. They didn't want to get to know me. It was all superficial. It was all, I was just so unhappy in it. And sooner or later, I just avoided the whole situation by refusing to go to these things, because I just felt I didn't fit in, that these people were judging me. Anything, they just didn't show any interest in me. I felt like like a wallflower. I felt like these people had no genuine interest in me, and that they were only judging me. And I felt like an outsider. That's what I felt like, an outsider looking in. I didn't feel like part of these groups, and that's why eventually I just started avoiding them. I stopped going to all of them. I wouldn't go to any of them, you know. I just, you know, because you can't go to some and not go to others, because then people will think you're playing favorites, you know. So I was the outcast of the family, and it was just so draining. Does that feel like, do you associate with that feeling of being so drained when you go to these things or try to socialize with certain people that they really don't care about you, they really don't want to get to know you, it's not deep at all, it's and having to do that is very mentally, you know, and physically exhausting. And like I said, it was physically making me sick. I was having severe panic attacks where I'd almost pass out. You know, I'd start sweating. I'd be sitting in a room with someone at one of these social things, and I could feel the sweat and the heat building up in my neck. You know that feeling where your neck is all drenched in sweat, and you say, and your armpits are drenched in sweat, and you go, oh my God, I hope no one notices that I'm sweating profusely. And the heat is building up. Your face is turning, you know, flushed red. You're starting to get very dizzy, lightheaded, like you're going to pass out. Your heart is racing. You have that fight or flight reaction where, oh my God, you try to, you're still nodding and acting nice, but all this is turning your stomach. You can hear your stomach churning, and it's making loud rumbling noises, and you're going, oh my God, I hope they don't hear that. I hope they don't hear my stomach. I hope they don't see my heart is racing, that I'm flushed and I'm sweating profusely. And then I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to put like this, yeah, oh, right, oh, yeah. I'm trying to make nice, you know, but inside is like a tornado. You know, there's a tornado going on inside of me, but the outside of me, see, no one is noticing all of this happening to me. And trying to sit there until I can, you know, think of some excuse where I can excuse myself. Oh, I need to use the bathroom or something, just to like pull out of that, and you know, try to, you know, get a breath, because I feel like I can't breathe. If anyone has ever suffered a panic attack, and I've done other videos on anxiety and panic attacks, and you know exactly what I mean. One of the worst things about a panic attack is when you're having them in the presence of other people, especially at a social event where you're trying to hide the fact that you're having a panic attack. It's one thing for me to have a panic attack by myself or with someone like my husband or son who knows me. I don't have to hide it. I can say, oh my God, I'm having a really bad panic attack now. But when I'm in a social situation with other people who don't know me that well, and I don't know them at all, and I'm trying to hide the fact I'm having a panic attack, and I'm trying to put a good front on and hide it, it becomes even more, oh my God, it's like unbearable, because not only am I having the severe panic attack, but now I'm having it, and I'm trying to hide the fact that I'm having it, and it, you know, it's just draining, and I feel like an emotional collapse, like I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. It feels at that time like I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. And it's just so horrific. Unless you've ever experienced this, you would never understand it. That I say never again. I can't go through it again. I cannot go through this again. It is just, so you avoid it. So I avoided all social situations altogether, because I couldn't, not only, like I said, was I having severe panic attack at these social situations, but the fact that I had to hide it, made it 100,000, a million times worse, because trying to cover up something that severe is just, I couldn't do it anymore. I just physically and mentally could not keep covering it up. So I just stopped going, and my husband stopped going, and we stopped doing it. So how do you fix this? How do I not be a covert, avoidant? Um, well, I'm very careful about who I let into my life now. I don't go to those. I don't, go to parties anymore. I don't hang around people that I don't know. I have a very small. I just have my husband and my two sons, really, in my life right now. I have a lot of inner fulfillment, like doing these videos, so I don't rely on other people. Um, I have my writing, my poetry, and I love nature. I get out as much as I can out into nature, and I try to find peace from within. But I avoid social situations where I don't know the people. Um, I'm not going to do it anymore, because I'm not going to. That's how, maybe it is avoidance, but I find peace in my life the way I live it now. I don't care what other people think of me. Um, I only have a small group of people. I don't just say yes. I learned boundaries. That's another very important thing, that I've learned boundaries, that I didn't have any boundaries before. And I said this countless of times in my videos, that I didn't have any boundaries at all before. I didn't say no. I said yes to everything. I went to these parties, and that I felt very uncomfortable with, and it was just, I couldn't. My body wouldn't let me. Your body will tell you. Listen to your gut. Your gut tells you everything. Listen to your gut. If you don't feel comfortable in a situation, your body will let you know that. Your heart will race. You'll start sweating under the collar on your neck. You'll you'll start feeling heated and sweaty palms. That's what's another thing when I used to go to these social with my in-laws, right? In-laws are outlaws in my book. I used to have, they're the most judgmental people. In-laws are in my opinion, you can disagree in the comments and let me know different, but in-laws are outlaws in my book. And when it was time to shake hands with someone, like when you greet someone, this happened a lot in church. When I used to go to church every week with my husband, because church was important to him. I hate going to church. Very awkward, uncomfortable social situation. I don't like it. I'm not one of these religious people anyway, so I don't like the preacher going up there and preaching Jesus this and Jesus that. And if you believe in that, that's fine. I don't feel comfortable in that type of environment. And then when you go to these places, everyone shakes hands with you, especially in church, or especially when you go to these family events with people you never met. Oh, they put their hand out, and my hand is clammy. You know what a clammy hand is? It's soaking in perspiration, and it's just like clammy. That's what it is. Ugh. So even though I go like this on my clothing before I have to shake someone's hand in one of those awkward social situations, I'd wipe my hand, and then it still would be clammy. So I just avoid it at all costs. I know my limits, boundaries. I said, church is not for me, no more church. I don't feel comfortable around my in-laws, so I don't socialize with my in-laws. And I keep my circle small, and I socialize in my own small circle. The older you get, I think you have much less tolerance for fake and phony people. Um, you get to the point in your life, especially when you're around my age, that your circle grows smaller and smaller and smaller. Ever hear of this saying? I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Yeah, meaningful relationships, deep relationships instead of superficial ones. When you get together and do things with people, it's with people that you trust, who know you inside and out, where you can say, I'm having a panic attack. Um, well, you don't have to disguise it. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to fake it. These are the types of people that now I socialize with. And I'm content being alone. Inner happiness, just being alone, doing my videos for my mental health channel, writing. And you can find contentment too, whatever you love to do. You don't need other people always to do these things with. You can do these things, whatever it is that, just a walk in the woods. It's really peaceful. Just things like that. Keep your social circle small, with only people that know you well, who care about you, who respect you. I always use that word, respect and kindness. Show you respect and kindness. People who, where you matter in people's lives, Going out with a bunch of coworkers, maybe if that's your thing, but it never was my thing. These people were people I worked with. They didn't care about me or my life. It was all superficial. And it made me, when I used to work in the office, it made me very uncomfortable. And I ended up avoiding it. So that's a way that you can work on yourself, work on your relationships, the ones that matter, the ones that, people that love and care for you, and then, and on your own life, because happiness comes from within. You won't find happiness out there in like a vacation or a house or a job or more money. You find happiness from building inside out. So let me know about your experiences, with covert avoidance. If you have been like that, let me know about it. If you know someone like that, or what's helped you, because this is an ongoing dialogue. I have with you. I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be an expert. I only come on this channel to share my own personal struggles with you. And I invite you to share your personal struggles with me. And that way that we can learn from one another and have a nice community of people that really care about one another. And that's what I'm hoping to grow on my mental health channel here. All right. Till next time, you have a great day.